Welcome everyone to my new presentation, guys. I hope you have a great time during this season. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas out there to everyone. Be blessful about everything and thankful that we have been going through these great opportunities in 2023. Aiming to discover as usually in a rational way. Now at this time, Solana price prediction for the last couple of days of 2023. We're right here speaking about a cryptocurrency which has been not only amazing, yet extremely profitable for a lot of the people. Therefore, today it is number one trending, yet for the past 24 hours is sitting on 0%. Not an issue, definitely not an issue considering what it did in the past couple of weeks. Let it sleep like that for a while and have a good time into reconstructing the liquidity necessarily for the breakouts. You guys are not supposed to expect continuously movements of 20% upwards in a single direction and decide basically that this is the only acceptable situation that you would like to deal with, because that is not going to happen. The cryptocurrencies, whether we speak about the best ones out of the best performing out there, will also need to be dominated by the opposite energy in order for the markets to exist. So it's pretty much impossible to take it in a single direction without minor, intermediate, or major retracements. That are still part of the bull market, but they're pretty much percentage-wise quite aggressive. Now we're going to dive into the charts. Now before, for those of you that are interested, we have daily presentations and daily price predictions on the technicals on my YouTube channel, so you can look forward to that. As well, I have trades posted out here for those of you that would like to see. We did some Solana trading as well. You know, we have more than 1,000% profit on the margin in the last video. This one with $134,000 profit. You can check out those videos, guys, and participate in my trades, by the way, if you'd like so. We have the option number one with no prior fee, only commission from the pure profits made, where we perform the trading through API trading permission for you, and the commission is paid by you every 7 days, so you only give us trading permission and that's it. Now at the same time, we have the important one-on-one coaching program for anyone that is serious and considering the crypto space as a great possibility to achieve financial freedom. Get your weapons ready before the major bull market movement starts. This is not even part of that, guys, and we have already at $126 for Solana's charts and situations right here. It's pretty much wild because we have already conquered the previous major structure that was pretty much the ultimate leg upwards before the crypto major winter part started. The major winter part was lasting 272 days with a 94% decrease, guys, on the price section. I mean, I'm not sure if you can imagine to have $100,000 account and see it decrease 94%. I mean, that leaves you with about $6,000 active. And now you're back. You're very close to be back at 100 grand. So I'm not sure if you guys can imagine that. You're basically around $5,000 to $6,000 in 272 days and you're still holding your position. This is some diamond hands that we speak around this business. When we see such situation out, but there's people who got into at those prices. There's a lot of the buying volume here in the tops, on the top left side, guys. All those guys have been seeing a decrease of more than 90% of their portfolio. But what about the ones that got into the early stages when obviously the possibility and the predictability around Solana was extremely low, so you were pretty much risking at a major scale, especially with the issues related on FTX and all the uncertainty generated by the lack of performance of the past. Solana was pretty much the major altcoin that was representing major disappointments for people back in the day, just like it represents right now the major great happiness moments. 100, wow, this is 1,150%, guys, in 357 a year, right? So this is 11x right there without leverage. On a 10x leverage, that's 110x, and from $1,000, that's a whopping $100,000 on the leverage right there, 10x. Beautiful. Now, what's happening at the end of the day? Well, it's quite simple. The extension of 2 has been touched. That is significant, guys. I mean, this is no longer a joke. This is no longer a situation where you are going to expect, without any stop, back and forth movements towards the upside. It's not happening, guys. I mean, the market's got to construct their liquidity again and reposition themselves for a continuation. Look at that. So if you see the markets right now retracing, don't worry about it. As you have seen in the past, 20 days moving average has needed to be touched, right? 20 days moving average has needed to be touched. The gap we have right now between the 20 days moving average, the red line, and the price action is huge. This is a gap from the top till the line of 23%. The gap cannot be more than 6 to 7% to be pretty much healthy and still consider going up. So right now, there must be, whether we speak about a delayed and lapsed moving average catch up on the price action and get closer to the $100 level, or you are pretty much in a position where things can really spiral down, which is something BTC, Ethereum do not want to do. So speaking about Solana right now is a little bit out of the context, because Bitcoin and Ethereum do not want to dump, do not want to make a major crash at this level. Why would Solana do as an alone picture? It's not obviously mandatory to do it, so yet constantly you could basically have a slow bleeding as well, a ranging at some point here around, I would clearly see above $100. I mean, I wouldn't be able to speak about this cryptocurrency in a form it has to survive above 110 or so. If we're successfully keeping above $100 in the upcoming period, we're very, very good, guys, at a time we are going to be trading. So 1.61 sits on $103, which is a major level, but you need, mandatory folks, you need your 20 days moving average line above the 1.68 extension. You don't have it over there, it's trouble. It's definitely trouble. Meanwhile, the price action always sits in between the 2 and the 1.61 extension, right? So you have the price action sitting right there in between, quite at a half distance from the top and low. You need your 20 days moving average quickly get back into the range, which is needing to be appearing. Now, what's happening on the other side? We just broke out with the 50 days moving average above the number 1 extension, which is extremely slow, folks. As well, we didn't even broke out of the golden pocket of the previous structure with 200 days. So things are looking very, very delayed from the moving averages, and Solana has the ability at some point to speed it up again. Yet I'm sure it's going to give out the opportunities and spotlight to the other cryptocurrencies in the upcoming period. So do not focus right now only on Solana. It's time to take your resources and move your attention into other things as well. At the same time, I'm also considering basically the fact that we are in a position where the CRSI indicator is pretty much portraying the highest level of the lower line of the cloud. This lower blue line of the cloud is sitting right now somewhere on 55.85, which is the highest level we have been in the past couple of months. I mean, it's quite easy out there in the past couple of years, which is also at a very, very high perspective. So from there, it is a lot better to take it a little bit lower and form the cloud basically around, usually I say under the 50s are great spots. Basically the lower line of the cloud to be under the 50s is a great spots. And now the indicator line is on a danger for an upcoming divergence at some point. Of course, a breakout out of the 2 extension will have the ability to create a divergence at the top. Right, so that's something to keep in mind as well for the future. There are going to be divergences out here in the charts of the crypto space that will basically function, especially on the daily, but they're going to be very, very powerful at the time it does so. So we don't really want to sit under bearish pressure for 2 or 3 months as a clear domination by them. We really don't want to see that. Now, that's pretty much it for the moment on Solana's case. Just like I've portrayed the numbers around, we are in a great shape for the futures perspective by seeing the current pump of Solana. This is pretty much showing us that their abilities during this stage of the market has been increasingly dominating, which is a clear proof that at the time the whole space starts basically in the bull market, as soon as we get closer to the 2025 second part of 2024, as soon as we get into that range, you are going to expect basically an all-time high from this crypto. It's no longer a big deal to get this one above 200 60s, 70s, or what was the all-time high, and speak about a $500, $600, $700 on the topic. As soon as you get into the price discovery for Solana, it's just crazy. I mean, we have been seeing it on the volume side. Let me just get back to it. We had what was that? Let me just get into the volume side. You have $6.6 billion volume on Solana. You have 9.2 on the Ethereum. We had $7 billion and $9 billion right there on the Ethereum. So $2 billion difference in volume between Solana and Ethereum. I'm not sure if you can imagine basically the minor distance that is left, which means that sooner or later the volume is going to be surpassed between Ethereum and Solana, and the movement is going to be major at that time. So it is no longer a surprise that it is the number one competitor out here, and it is something that we would like to see as a continuous fight going on between those guys. That's pretty much it on the topic for the moment. Make sure to follow me, subscribe, check out the YouTube channel with many other presentations, including the live trading and the bot trading, which is something you can join, by the way. No prior fee, just like I said, only commission from the pure profits accumulated where we perform for you. And then the one-on-one coaching program, of which you can find out more details by watching the video. Register now for a free conversation with me and have a good time on the topic, folks. Enjoy. We'll talk to you soon.